is the 825 Technologies Podcast, helping business leaders grow and succeed. Welcome to 825 Technologies Podcast, episode 60. I'm your host, Andy.
I'm Tim.
And we've got some real fun stuff this episode. So we're going to start, though, with Leadership Corner, right? And I was out the other day, and I realized, standing by a Great Lake, that even Great Lakes have riptides, just like the ocean. And riptides will pull you out. It's just an inevitable fact. Sometimes you can fight against it, sometimes you can't, right? They're just beastly things. And so, yeah. Have you ever been taken by a riptide?
Absolutely, in the ocean? Yeah, I've been pulled back. I'm like, hey, no, go back.
So, yeah, they affect everybody. Little kids worse than adults sometimes. But here's what you can do, right? You can be on the lookout for them. Right? You can be ready for them. You can start to kind of see them, if you're really in the ocean or in a lake a lot. But at some point, they're going to get you. They're going to get a hold of you. They're going to start pulling you out, and it's going to be trouble, right? So Same thing happens in life, right? We've got riptides, and they come in the forms of distractions, negativity, clouded thought, lack of focus, but you got to fight, right? Yeah, you got to do it the right way. And because you can fight against the riptide and swim against it, like straight back at the shore, and you're just going to get tired and worn out.
Oh, right.
So you swim against the shore, right? Get out of that riptide, and use your energy wisely. So here's how you do it in real life, though. It's something called the OODA loop. OODA is an acronym, right? Observe, orient, decide, and then act. So, how this works, how it would look in real life is you're in the middle of a riptide. Say your distraction gets stolen from you, and so you take a step back, right? You get out of it. Your phone dinged, and you're following this news story, and you just say, whoa, put that phone down and take a step back.
That's right.
Then you go ahead and orient, focus in on your goals. What am I doing today? What are my goals today? What am I trying to get done? And then you get back on the path. And that takes mental toughness because it's saying no to that breaking news that really, Jerry Springer died yesterday, but it doesn't change my life right now. So you get back on the path, and then you act. You use your energy in a smart way. You don't fight against the obstacle directly. You go into a different path, right? You don't throw your phone against the wall. You say, I got to put it down. You get the mental discipline to put it down. You get back on the path. So, yeah.
I don't feel like throwing my phone right now. So that's okay.
I know, right? It's no good. It's no good. But,
It'll take a lot.
Those things are expensive. So, the OODA loop, right? It's going to happen over and over and over again. You got to use it in different parts of your life, but you can definitely use it with the riptide of distractions in your life where you step back, focus, get back on the path, use your energy in a smart way there. So there you go, a little leadership check mark there, walking away from it with a little bit more wisdom.
Just do your loopies. Don't forget.
Instead of your Fruit Loops in the morning, you eat your OODA loops.
Watch it stir.
Oh, man. So there's this cool new keyboard that's in the makes. It's on Kickstarter right now. All right, it's an Australian group called Flux Group. And I'm just going to read this part. I'm going to try and read this part. The Australian-based Flux Group has developed a prototype for a device that it says will reinvent the keyboard by adapting to any software, any language, and any style.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it has a module of transparent maglev key switches that can be swapped between tactile and linear keys and removed for cleaning. So
that's a nice part.
Most high-quality laptops have like the scissor hinge.
Oh, right. It clicks in. Yeah.
These, they're on magnets, right? They levitate on magnets. Yeah, so you've got a very responsive. It almost pushes back at you when you push the key, right? You can pull that key off there too, and you can clean it. Think of that, how nice that would be. And now you pull a key off and it tears that little tab off. You know, and you're like, what is this?
Oh yeah, keyboard. Yeah, laptop. Yeah, absolutely. You'd be like, oh no, I gotta click now more.
Yeah,
Get a new keyboard.
that's right. Now you can just pull it off and clean that thing out, clip it back in, ready to go.
Yeah, keyboards do get dirty. That's for sure.
Yeah. So the key cover, this actual cover part that goes over the mag level, is an integrated full HD IPS display.
That's cool.
So each key is its own little display.
And
So
a lot
your
of the
A key,
programs,
yeah.
especially Excel and all that.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, I see all those programs. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So there's ready-made customizable layouts for popular applications such as Adobe's Creative Cloud programs. But the user can also build their own custom layouts for other software. So say you do a lot of video editing, right? You could have, a little button on the keyboard. You go profile 2. Profile 1 would be your regular QWERTY keyboard. Profile 2, you click it. You've got your shortcuts already right there.
Mm-mm.
It changes the key. That's pretty slick.
It is.
Yeah. You can also change the physical layout of it. There's 4 different modules that can be attached to add a window to display information next to your keyboard, or smooth dials like on a mixing desk or deck. So you're into DJ work? Yeah, wooka wooka. All right. So it's currently active on Kickstarter, and 2.8 million has been pledged.
That's a lot. It's doing really well.
Yeah, man. Would you look at it?
For me, probably not. It's not my. I like just the keyboard, and so I mean, I do like some of those keyboards do already have like G keys and stuff for functions of changing things up if you need that, or opening it for certain programs. That one's a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. I don't
I mean,
know.
my keys come off too if I want to. They pop back in.
Yeah, that would be a nice feature, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
See, yours already do that, so it's like
Yeah, I can just pop it off and clean underneath it.
Yeah, some of us, we aren't there. We haven't gotten that advanced. Somebody broke your keyboard.
Yep, the minus button, and then click right back in.
Yeah. Now, I do think that there's a real benefit, though, if you are like a video editor, or if you do a lot of, I don't know, photo stuff or video stuff or graphics work. It could be cool.
I think DJing would be kind of cool with that.
Ooh.
Changing some of the levels of stuff and just by pushing the button on the keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, I mean, what's crazy is you've got to imagine it doesn't just change, like that you have to memorize what that key is. Right now, if you hit Control and C, that's copy. But this would be like when you hit Profile 2 on the keyboard, that C key, instead of saying C, actually says copy, and the V key actually says paste, or however you set it up, right? You could even set it up so that your computer turns on your smart lights. So like Profile 4, it's your whole automation, your home automation system right there. Like you can unlock doors, lock doors.
Oh, it's my garage opening.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that could be pretty cool. It's a very, I think it's a neat evolution of something that we've just grown accustomed to.
Right.
When's the last time the keyboard was really changed? Yeah.
Not much. It's been the same for a long time.
Yeah. Because I think it was a Mac 2 or an Apple IIc or something. I forget what the model was. But there was, like, when I was in school, way back when there were like 5 computers in the computer lab, and we were like, man, that's a lot of computers. There was a button on the keyboard on those old computers, those old Apples, and it would change it from a QWERTY keyboard to a regular A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like, boom. They used to have the original typewriters used to be in alphabetical order, but people typed too quickly on them, and all the keys, because it was an old, all of the keys would get stuck up. So then they had to invent a keyboard that was slower for people to type on, and that's where QWERTY came from.
Right.
But think you could go back to, you could rearrange your keyboard if you wanted to type faster.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could change it. If you've been learning the same thing for years.
Yeah. See what your neuroplasticity is made of.
I would flip my keys from P to Q, flip them the other opposite.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be a really cruel prank to play on somebody.
It's just
Or let's say you and I walk in to work on somebody's computer, and it's like, what keyboard is this? The letters everywhere. Yeah. Because so many of the commands that we type into PowerShell or command line really are muscle memory.
Yeah, I don't look at my keyboard too often, but it's like...
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just muscle memory, and you're just cranking it out.
Then your brain get messed up when you see it. You're like, oh, never mind.
Instant meltdown.
Right. It's like Riptide getting back.
Yeah. Man. Well, speaking of like reinventing things and using them in new ways, I read this article and couldn't believe it. So right now in the Ukraine, there's the conflict going on with Russia. And in the midst of this war, there's still this, it just pays to be creative. That's the end of it, right? Let me just say that. If you're a creative person and you've got this Mark Rober type gene in you where you're like, I'm going to take this, these squirrels eating my bird seed and make a squirrel maze out of it, right? If you've got that type of a mind, it always pays off. So the Ukrainian army has repurposed Steam Decks. The video gaming Steam Decks? Yeah. So they took these and they have integrated them with their machine gun turrets.
It's crazy.
And they can be 500 meters away from these machine gun turrets. Rotate them. They have a camera on the front that shows up on the Steam Deck. So they could be hunkered down safely in a bunker or somewhere else and be laying down suppressive fire, tactical fire, whatever. And it can even work, kind of autonomously, where they can set it and run away. Right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Ingenuity for the win. I'm sure that Steam is not too happy about it. I don't know. Maybe they are.
The government's buying it, so...
Maybe. I don't know if they are or not. Maybe they're like, don't be doing that stuff.
Or maybe they are buying them straight from Steam.
I don't know. It's just brilliant when you think about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. You could be away and you don't want to get hurt.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder, does the U.S. defense system have something like that already? I would think so.
We got things we don't know about.
Well, that's true. DARPA over there doing stuff that's like, what? But is it, you look at a Steam Deck and whatever they did to that machine gun turret to allow it to interface and to, move. And I wonder the cost of that and how quickly they developed it versus the cost that we paid. There's something to be said of like, oh, you're under a timeline. You're under a crunch. You got to figure this out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, devil's advocate, I don't know how encrypted that signal is. I don't know the key exchange that goes on. So, if that does get leaked, does that then make it more susceptible to enemy forces overtaking your turret?
Flip gun? Got a problem here.
We got to repair blue.
Right, I can just see the gun go back and forth with them playing with it.
Yeah. So, who knows? Who knows? Man. Yeah, it could be interesting, couldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I am thankful for, though? Thankful that we're not in the midst of a conflict right now.
Correct.
We're not in a war. Yeah. Because that is stressful stuff. So, yeah. But yeah. Yet again, necessity is the mother of invention, and you get to see some amazing people do amazing things, and that's the like a human spirit, right?
Hmm.
I think sometimes we take it too easy on ourselves, and if we got into a little riskier situations, we would surprise ourselves sometimes.
Ooh.
I'm not saying go get in a risky situation. I'm just saying that sometimes
See you later. Have a good
I
day.
need to clarify that sometimes we fear the unknown when it's that very unknown that can unlock the best in us. So
Right.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying, and I'm just saying go bravely into the fray and don't let fear control your life. That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
You are the wolf,
You're the wolf.
and they are
I,
the sheep.
I was a wolf pack of one, and then now my wolf pack has grown. Man, when that movie came out, it was Hangover, and
Yeah, yeah.
that was a good. Yeah, I think it kind of put Zach Galifianakis on the map.
Hmm.
Yep. All right, moving on. Google
Google.
doing Google things. How do you think that they are faring in the artificial intelligence battle right now?
They are. It's blowing up right now.
Yeah, it is blowing up. Yeah, I think they're lagging just a little bit, maybe.
A little
I don't know.
bit. Yeah, they're probably trying to be more safe.
Yeah, it might be smart. I don't know. Uh, they have Bard, BARD, and that's supposed to be pretty helpful. But there are other things that they're doing right now. Actually, I think that has more of an impact and that is pretty cool. That also plays into kind of an artificial intelligence field. So
Mhm.
you're used to the Google Docs. It has the little line up there, and you've got File and Edit, and all those drop down menus, and underneath it you can bold and italicize. Well, now on that menu there is a search box. And it's there on Google Docs, it's there on Google Sheets, it's there on Google Slides.
Hmm.
And you can type in what you're looking for from the menu up there. So let's say you're in Google Sheets and you want to, I don't know, format a cell as currency. You can click the cell, go up to the search box, format
That's cool.
currency, enter, and it does it for you.
Huh.
Say you've got an advanced calculation you want to run on a column of numbers. You highlight the column, you go up, and you put
Right. Oh,
I
yeah.
want mean, median, and mode on this. Boom, hit
Oh,
enter.
geez. Comes back error saying do it yourself.
Get it yourself.
Let's try.
So I think it really puts them in a different segment than Microsoft now.
Yeah, that's cool though. It's
Yeah,
helpful.
yeah.
It's learning quickly.
Oh, you're not kidding. And really, it moves about anyone from a novice level to an expert level in a program just in an instant.
Wow.
Because you're not searching for random, like, where is that random formula, right? Or how do
Hmm.
I make this a 2 column page? You don't have to search for it anymore. You just go up to the Google search box in the menu and put 2 column format, enter, done.
Boom.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of neat.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
that helps a lot.
it could. I think Microsoft is starting to lag behind a little bit,
Huh.
especially with their Office apps. They just got pressured to move Microsoft Teams outside of the Office suite.
Ooh.
I know. So that's going to be an
Cool.
interesting move. Because I think in some ways, especially during the pandemic, the fact that in order to have Teams, you had to basically install a whole Office suite artificially inflated the number of people that they thought were using Microsoft Office.
Maybe that's where they're going to start testing it on the teams.
Maybe.
Keep it separate from the other stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For AI and everything, too. Could be. Could
Mm-hmm.
be. Recently, I was messing around with Pages on a Mac. I don't know if you knew this or not, but let's say you're in Microsoft Word or Google Sheet or Google Docs and you add a table, right? It's just a data table, right? You can't do anything fun with it. You just put data in there and off you go. If you add a table in Apple Pages, you can do sum, you can multiply, you can put formulas in right inside of the document. You don't have to go to Sheets to do
Wow,
it. I know.
that's cool.
It's super cool. Makes formatting a lot easier
Yep,
because then in the midst of a narration, you can have a table that proves, it's just pretty nifty.
it is
And
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Apple over there doing some crazy things on the software side, but people aren't talking about it. They're talking about their hardware. Yeah. So who knows? Here's what I'm noticing though. The one thing that is really going to separate the best from the rest in this new era of AI in software development:
Hmm.
creativity and original thought. I think they're more important now than ever
Right.
because you can go to AI, Chat GPT, and say, write me a rough draft about real estate market. And you can do advanced formatting and you can do all kinds of formulas inside of that document in Google Docs. You don't need to know those skills anymore.
Wow.
And yeah, so you've got this thing where you're like, what separates the best from the rest then? And frankly, creativity.
Hmm.
You got to be creative. You got to come up with these wild thoughts, and
Right.
they have to be original thought, right? You got to forge your own new path. Um, I think of influencers. It, when we were in high school, if somebody would have been like, "Man, when I grow up, I'm going to be an influencer," we would have been like, "What are you talking about?
Why were?
What are you talking about?" So, I mean, it's big. It's big.
Andy
I think
graduate. I'm gonna be an influencer.
our parents would have slapped us.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? Yeah, it would have been real bad. I think perseverance and resilience, right? The ability to push through and to find new ways to do something,
Hmm.
to go fail and fail and fail and not be a failure.
Right.
Yeah. And then I think the humility and collaboration aspect of life, I think those are very highly valued in success, especially now, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Because if you go in thinking you know it all, in 6 months, you're going to be proven wrong because things change too quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is gonna happen. 2 months later, yeah, that didn't happen.
Right. And if you're not used to collaborating and sharing information, you're going to run into a lot of troubles with trying to work quickly in a team. We don't have the time anymore to afford siloing and hoarding information and not sharing it. And so
Right.
it's pretty interesting.
Wow.
What else, if anything, do you think, like AI is out there, software is changing? What do you think is the keys to success right now?
I think everything. It's up to your thinking. I mean, your mind thinking and just ideas. Those are just big things that coming out. I mean, if you don't push them out, then no one's gonna accept who you are for.
Yeah,
Especially for the ChatGPT figuring out, like, oh, that's a good question.
yeah. So some boldness. You're saying
Yeah,
put a little boldness on that list to believe in your ideas.
right.
I like that, man. That's so true. So true. So, well, we like to keep these under 30 minutes. We like to get in, we like to share some info, we like to keep people educated, all those IT decision makers out there. So, if you are sitting there now and you're like, man, how can we support these two guys? These guys, be cool, guy, be cool. So, here's what you can do. Yeah. You get out there and like us. So, we're out there on the Facebook.
Hmm.
What was that from? Where they called it the Facebook? I don't know. Anyway,
I was just thinking, cool runnings. Have a go
Sled
team.
God. Yeah, you can, Spotify, we're out there, Amazon, anywhere you listen to podcasts, basically, we're there. So you can like us, you can add comments. I think we're on Twitter. You know what I learned earlier this morning? Funny fact. Twitter was recently bought by Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have to be under a rock not to know that. But ChatGPT and OpenAI, from 2015 when it was founded to 2018, you know who was on their board and a co-founder of that company?
Mm-mm.
Elon Musk.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. And did you know that starting in, I think it was 2016-17 timeframe, that they struck a deal with Twitter? And for $2 million a year, every single tweet got fed over to OpenAI. Yeah, it's still happening. $2 million a year. And one of the things Musk is frustrated about, actually. And so he's threatened numerous times to cut that off.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
The scariest part is that AI has been trained on tweets. Of all the things in the world that we could put into artificial intelligence, we go to Twitter. But anyway,
Lots of
we're on
birds.
Twitter. You could like us there.
Check out the
Know
birds.
that will get fed into OpenAI or ChatGPT systems. So
Good.
the other thing you can do that people undervalued here maybe, but it's still really meaningful to us, is tell people about us, right? Let them know about the podcast. Let them know if they're in the Ohio area that we got companies that can help them. We got 825 Technologies,
Right.
And we're doing stuff over there. I mean, what do we do on a typical day there, Tim?
Printers, network problems,
Lots
hardware problems, just all of the above.
Lots of network problems lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been rolling out some zero trust architecture for clients,
Mm-hmm.
right? Getting that minimal required permission sets so that people aren't snooping and so that they're meeting compliance standards and, so that they're meeting all of those fun best practices,
Mm-hmm.
Helping minimize damage by ransomware. So I think we do a good job of staying in tune to what's out there and trying to protect our clients.
Right.
Yes, while also helping them grow strategically and use that dollar for the best possible thing, because let's face it, everything's expensive right now.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to do is to sink a lot of money into a capital project that fails. So, yeah, we're pretty good at that over there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Sheepdog. We're rolling out websites. We've got some really cool websites. We're building this one for a construction company right now. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I was up late last night working on it some. Getting excited about it. It's pretty neat. Yeah. And then at Bunker, we're doing all the cybersecurity, all of the compliance standards.
Right.
And if you are not taking cybersecurity seriously right now, you definitely should. Oh man. Yeah. This is the time where it makes sense for cyber criminals to, go after people.
Right.
We're in a state of flux. Some people are in the office, some people are remote. There's a lot of
lot more remote, that's for sure.
Yeah. A lot of gates or defenses that used to be up are now kind of up, kind of down. People are letting their guards down more than ever. Social engineering becomes even easier. So,
right.
Yeah. Bunker's a great company to help you understand if you're meeting HIPAA compliance, trying to meet CMMC, trying to do, Sarbanes-Oxley or PCI, payment card industry standards or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're here. We can walk you through that. We can help do the necessary scans and audits to make sure that you're in the clear, but also that you're prepared.
We'll give you a gold star.
Oh, we should start handing out gold stars.
Mm-hmm.
When people pass the audit, like gold star. Way to go.
Get some audio.
Remember School of Rock? Summer, you get 99 gold stars. Yeah. So telling people about our services is really the best compliment you could pay to us right now. It's huge. It's a big deal. I keep thinking we need to get some merch, right, Tim? We need to
hmm
get some. I don't know what we'd get, but it would be cool if people, we need to come up with some witty T-shirts so that people could show some pride in the podcast while, showing their love of irony of all things tech.
Right.
Could be cool.
It would.
Yeah.
hmm
Well, that's all we've got for this week. Thanks for listening. And for us all here, I'm Andy.
I'm Tim.
We're out.